pronunciation right. Svi Mikalik from Kansas, the native of the Ukraine, who had a very good 4-year career there. Entered Kansas at 16 years of age. Still one of the youngest players in this draft that's been in school for a little while. Tremendous shooter, very well conditioned. So, he's somebody who was very impressive. And then we had an assortment of other guys that you don't see much on the draft boards, but can all play and compete, and you never know where we all might meet again down the road. The summer league, the hustle, that sort of thing.
Of course, I want to know, and I'm sure pretty much everyone here wants to know, is how did it go last Friday with Luka Doncic in the workout?
No, Luka Doncic didn't work out. Luka Doncic is in the ACB playoffs with his Real Madrid team.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr.
I don't expect Luka Doncic to work out for anybody before the draft.
Okay.
Michael Porter Jr. was in the pro day for his agent, Mark Bartelstein's group in Chicago. He did a good job. He moved well, shot the ball well, and he's going to have a second workout for the lottery teams next Friday in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Were you there for that workout?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so what was it that he did, and how did he move, and how did he look?
Well, again, you don't want to read too much into a workout, particularly one that's not contact. It was just one-on-none. He was involved in individual drills with the other members of the Mark Bartelstein group, but he moved well, he shot the ball well, and he's only been playing for a couple of weeks because he'd been working strictly on his conditioning after the Missouri season was over up until just a couple of weeks ago.
What do you expect to be different?
Part one, he showed that he's alive and well and moving, and I would say passed that first test. Now we'll see where it goes from here.
What do you expect to be different about the Porter workout this week?
This week?
Out of the last one?
I don't know anything will be greatly different. Obviously, the medical information is going to loom large for him, and I think obviously it's moving. It's moving quickly, Chris. So I think before the draft, the teams will know where they stand with him from a medical standpoint.
Will be a smaller group of teams this week.
What's that?
Will be smaller.
It's just lottery teams.
Okay.
As far as the medical,
it's exclusive workouts this week. Okay.
As far as that medical information, did you get a copy of his medical review?
His medical information has been distributed, yes.
And
obviously, it's a little above my educational level to weigh in on that. Okay, but it has been distributed.
It's been distributed. You want to say the biggest thing though is like
it's distributed to the team. So now the position, all the appropriate personnel with the teams now can render an opinion.
There are so many red flags, at least in I'll just say my opinion, as far as trying to go with him since he hasn't been, he didn't really get a chance to play his first year in college, and the surgery, that's something they say is not the toughest surgery in the world, but it's still back surgery. And is this something that you are confident at this point?
No, I'm not. It's premature to give an opinion right now. I mean, there's still more steps to be taken from him. All I'm saying, he passed the first test last Friday in Chicago. I think if you talk to any team, they would tell you the same thing.
Do you believe?
So now we'll go from here with the information, the second workout.
Do you believe that the information that's been shared is sufficient to make an evaluation medically?
Well, we'll see. The doctors will weigh in on that to say if it's good or they need something else.
Chris, a lot of the top 7 picks, 7 or 8, have worked out for various teams. You guys have not had anybody in the 4 range.
Well, no, we did have someone. Right, Wendell Carter. We did have a private workout with him earlier today.
Okay. And so, what's your optimism about having more picks in, and what would you say to the
I would say it's
an
ongoing process. I mean, we might get some guys here in the last week, but I can't guarantee it.
So you had a workout.
Well, what was the second part of your question?
No, I was saying, what is your optimism about having other guys in who fit?
Well, I mean, you're in a position where some guys say we're not going to slip back to where you are, so we're staying with the teams above us. Some guys in the back part of the top 10 say we don't think you're actually going to take us up to where you are, so you're sort of caught in between there a little bit.
Yeah, and so I asked Jarvis.
And then again, Doncic is in the midst of the ACB finals in Spain, so I don't see him probably doing workouts for anybody.
And so what's your opinion of Wendell?
Of Wendell?
Yeah.
Wendell's a very impressive young man, both on and off the court. He's very bright. He knows the game front and back. He can score around the basket with both hands. If you watch the tape, which you don't see in an individual workout, he's a hell of a rebounder. very well conditioned. He runs very hard, plays hard all the time. I mean, he had a terrific freshman year for Duke. When you look at all the numbers, he rebounded well, blocked shots, scored. They went all the way to lost in overtime in the final 8. So he generated winning. So he's going to have a very long and successful career in the NBA.
Outside of Wendell Carter getting a chance to check him out for a workout, these other guys that haven't come in here, do you see that kind of like as a slight to the Grizz that they're not coming to work out?
No, I really don't, Jarvis, because then some of the guys, obviously they look at your roster and like when you have these players at their position that are very well established, like we do, like we're interested in a place where we can start. And I mean, they're going to, if we want to draft them, we'll draft them. I mean, we make that very clear. But some of these guys are looking again and back behind us that, wow, I'd like to be someplace where I see a quicker path to starting in here.
Chris, what position, obviously there are other mitigating factors, but the position of need, what do you feel like if you're drafting on need at 4?
The position of need, Mike, is to get somebody who can be a terrific player for us. And not just play right away, but somebody that can grow into this franchise and be here for quite some time. You know, it can be one of the cornerstones for our future. I'm talking about a 4, right? At 32, you know, you hope somebody can grow into that, but it's still, those guys, they're not built as that type of player, obviously. But you can get good, productive players that can grow into rotation players in the NBA back there. I mean, it happens all the time. And we got 2 last year that were quite high on. Ivan Rabb and Dylan Brooks that were beyond 32. But at 4, it's you want to get the biggest grab of talent that you can get. You want to have hopefully everything in line with all the other things that go with being able to fulfill your talent. And I think that'll work into what our needs are. Whether we're not gearing this pitch strictly for a need, but we need a certain position or a certain type of player.
Switch up a little bit. Talk a little bit about Jerry Stackhouse. Is that a done deal?
Well, I'm not going to talk about anything with the coaching staff. That'll be released at appropriate time.
Would you say you're close to, when will you have a complete staff ready to go?
Well, that's JB that's putting the staff together. It's his coaching staff. So when we have the staff all together, Jarvis, these guys who have a press release out, and we'll roll these guys out.
You expect to have him by summer league?
I don't know. I mean, it'll have in due time. You don't have to have them at any certain time other than the beginning of the season. But I think it'll probably be done quicker, sooner rather than later.
Can you comment on what kind of coach you think that that Jerry Stackhouse is?
I really don't want to comment on any prospective coaches right now until everything's finalized. Okay?
Anything else?
Anybody else got anything on this side? We kind of ignored you guys over here.
Coach, I'm sorry. Chris, other than physical attributes and skill, what kind of intangibles are you taking?
Well, you want somebody that loves the game of basketball and knows the way to the gym and loves to play and work and is coachable and is excited about getting on with an NBA career and maximizing their potential. I think this draft is laden with guys like that. These guys at the top end, they're not just talents. These are terrific young men from great families, and they really, really want to be great. And that's what you want to see. I mean, you don't want guys that aren't competitive, they don't want to put the time in, and you got to push a product and get in the gym. That never works.
Are you able to measure that type of thing in these workouts?
Well, you measure a little bit in the workout because you push them. And the guys, not at the top end, but the guys in the back end of the draft, they're working out all over the place. So they're worn out by the time they get to you. I mean, some of these guys are going well over 10 places. So, and your background work really is the determining factor about who these kids are, internally, what type of people you're dealing with. I mean, you can have an interview and that's great. You like to get in front of everybody at some point in time, but an interview sometimes can be misleading, and for any type of job situation. So when you talk to a variety of people that know a player, that's what really gives you the indication who they are.
Deontay Maybe from Georgia, he's a well-regarded player in the SEC.
One of the best in the SEC.
Yeah, Georgia's all-time leading scorer. What did you like about him? What did you see from him?
Well, he's a tough kid who can really score around the basket, rebound. When you have 6 players like we did in this workout, you can have these guys go at each other, play a little 3-on-3, and have some drills that you can't have when you have a solo workout. So he showed well in those type of situations. You understand why he was one of the leading rebounders, one of the premier players in the SEC. He showed well today.
Everybody good? All right.